Hello, members of the vinyl community. Tony P coming at you from the basement. La Casa del Perla, the Hacienda. The Queen is upstairs watching some recorded events on her TV. I'm with you just to give you the third episode of Playlist. This is where I have the, not the finds of the week, but the things I've been listening to. Well, for the last couple of days, I'd say a week or so. This is meant to be short, so let's get on. This is my holiday special. These are things I've been listening to over the holidays as we're decorating, as we're just sitting around drinking some wine or having some pre-seasonal eggnog, if you know what I mean. And these are the things that we've been listening to, and it's CD form except for one. Now I wasn't going to show just CDs. I said that wrong, and there's no cutting, so I'm just going to say it again. I was going to say just nothing but CDs, but I changed my mind. I got an album in there. So, like Mazzy says, my station, my rules. Okay. Anyway, my first CD belongs to the king of music, Elvis Presley. Now this one was issued in 1985. It was part of his first Christmas album. I believe he called it it was just Elvis's Christmas album. I think it was just Elvis's Christmas album. This is a 1985 reissue off of his third studio album, and it is, it's everything you want your Christmas music to be. There's the playlist on the back. He does, of course, all the standards. Of course, his famous one, Blue Christmas, Silent Night, White Christmas, Santa Claus is Back in Town. He does a really good one that I'm sure reminds him of his mother, and it was called Mama Like the Roses. So please play that one. Now that one was on the charts, I think, for 4 weeks during that particular time. My next one is James Taylor, A Christmas Album. There's the playlist on the back. If I can not get you the stuff on there. This was produced by Hallmark. It was a limited edition. It came out in 2004. This CD puts a little bit of a jazzy spin on some of the classics. The original, because this came out, there was a reissue to this. The originals, I think this came out in 2004. 2004. Consisted of 11 songs. There's also a duet he does in here with Natalie Cole, I believe. The Christmas song. I believe that's who he does it with, if I'm not mistaken. Does he do it with Natalie Cole? Yeah, he does it with Natalie Cole. This one only had 11 songs, but it gets reissued, I think, in 2006. And they get rid of 2 songs, Deck the Halls, and they get rid of another one too. I can't remember who they get rid of the other one. Deck the Halls and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. They get rid of those 2, and they put on there Joni Mitchell's River. This was also, if you bought this one, you got a download, the original. You got a download card, which I have in here. It's inside there, and you could download the River on your computer. James Taylor does nice little jazzy acoustical Christmas. That's a real good one. Now that was, of course, a limited edition that was done by Hallmark. Now my next one is done by one of my new favorite artists, and I've talked to her a couple of times before, is Diana Krall. I don't want to get too much of a glare in there. Diana Krall. Better known as Mrs. Elvis Costello. No, she's not really, but I just thought I'd toss that in there in case you didn't know. It's called Christmas Songs. And if you know Diana Krall, she's a jazz singer, and she's got that lovely, sexy, sultry voice. This is her first Christmas album, and it's also her first Christmas album backed up by a full orchestra, the Clayton Hamilton Orchestra. And again, you just got to love her sultry, sexy, jazzy voice. She does all the standards, and she does them so well. You can find this. Now, all these are flea market finds. The Elvis was a gift from a student. The next one. How could I do this without talking about my favorite artist? This is Linda Ronstadt, and hers, of course, is called A Merry Little Christmas. Now, you gotta love her. This is her last. This is her last album with Elektra Asylum after 27 years. And it's different in the sense that she does some of the standards, but she also does a lot of the church type with the choir, almost cathedral-like, if I'm saying that right, cathedral-like nuance behind it. She does a few of those, a couple Latin, a Spanish one, Mexicans, of course. I'm sorry. It's a good CD. It's produced by one of her friends, John Boylan. If you remember him, at the very beginning, she fired him, but she always stayed friends with him. She also does a duet on here with Rosemary Clooney. So, and she does do Joni Mitchell's River in this one too. Now, my last one is not a CD, but this one is very special. It's an album. And I've showed this once or twice before, I think. This is Engelbert Humperdinck's A Merry Christmas with Engelbert Humperdinck. And it came out in 1980. It came out in 1980. Came out in 1980. And the only reason why I hold it special, it's the very first album the Queen and I purchased together as man and wife. And it's traditional. We play it every year. It never comes off the turntable down here. And upstairs, I don't have any stereos upstairs. So we stream it all the time as we're decorating, as we're drinking our wine and eggnog, as we're getting ready for holiday festivities. But that's it. That's my playlist. If I haven't told you already, Merry Christmas. God bless you. Dan, if you're watching this, I hope you're feeling well. I hope everything is going well for you. Stay healthy, my friend, and have yourself a Merry Christmas. Art, the vinyl picker. I didn't mention you last time in my last video. I'm mentioning you now. North Carolina picker, Art. If you don't know his channel, I'll put it down below too. I've gone over my minutes. God bless you guys. Stay safe, stay warm, stay out of trouble.